Hey, how's it going? Matt here. I am the founder of the company Grobo. I'm recording these videos on my personal YouTube channel, and my goal with these videos is to share the journey. I've been an entrepreneur for 15 years. I've had multiple startups before I started this one. I shouldn't. I've actually been an entrepreneur for longer than 15 years. This company, Grobo, I started 15 years ago. About 2 weeks ago, we started as an agency, and 3 weeks ago celebrated the 15-year anniversary. And about 3, 4 years ago, we reached $1 million in revenue, more like 1.2 million actually gross, and that was a really big deal. We're not doing near that revenue right now, but we're still doing okay. Um, Not great, just in terms of what I know that we're capable of as a company and what I'm capable of as the founder and entrepreneur. Um, we have a great team. Our operations are just very solid in terms of our funnel, in terms of our sales, support, just the service that we deliver, very good. But what I'm making these videos for is really just to share the journey, to be open with you in terms of the challenges, both in the business and outside of the business. This is a little bit like an open-ended journal for me, and to talk about what's new, what's exciting, what I think is interesting. And my hope is that you relate to it, you grow from it. I'm going to kind of jump around. I might at some point like talk about things that are in the news, but in sort of a apolitical way, because I am independent and I like to evaluate things as logically and objectively as possible. I think tribalism has been, in recent years, quite destructive to the social fabric and to people's minds, frankly. So anyway, with that being said, yeah, some of the things I'll be talking about coming up in the next few minutes. I have takeout food waiting for me downstairs, so I'm going to go enjoy that once I wrap up this video and just relax the rest of the night. Just got back from the gym, so if I look a little sweaty, deal with it. So I'll be talking about consistency with these videos, sleep routine, an interesting shrooms experience, Grobo Creator, which is our new software that we're headed towards a major milestone with, hosting parties and events, and kind of like, making friends and social interactions and dating a little bit there. I talked about dating in the previous video, so I'll kind of like be giving you an update maybe on how that's evolving and my thoughts on it in general, especially in the context of this video at the time being made. It's 2025. So, and then I'll maybe conclude, or whatever order I go in, talk about how we're working with our current sales funnel in the context of Google basically fucking all businesses. But it's not like their fault per se. I think they're trying to adapt to the market, and they are afraid, which, they're afraid of ChatGPT and just kind of the AI. They're working to evolve in terms of what they think is best for their business, and for, the just AI disrupting the landscape. I'll just also talk about, let's see, the idea of focus and different hobbies, or just like interests, of which I have probably too many, but I hate to say that. Anyway, so in terms of consistency with these videos, I started off with the first one saying, I'm going to do this daily. And I did it for 2 days in a row, and then I missed a bunch of days. So we're getting back on the horse today, and it's only been about maybe a week. And it feels like so much has happened in between now and then. But, the consistency, I think, is one of the most difficult things, and is probably the number one reason why people quit when they could be doing a podcast that could be getting thousands, tens of thousands, maybe even millions of listeners and viewers on a YouTube channel, for example. Also want to talk about the video essay. We can do that. So, yeah, I think it's because like repetition we think is boring. It's just a matter of personal discipline, I suppose. And I heard someone say that discipline is the key to freedom. I think that is true, but it is true ironically. I think that discipline is actually just as likely to be the key to freedom as it is to be a cage to self, to enslave oneself. Um, because I don't think that growth is necessarily or nor should it be like a structured thing. I think sometimes you really have to flow and you have to continuously change. And discipline, um, you need to kind of, I think, structure it in a deliberate way that is open to structural change, both within the box that you create and the box itself, perhaps even the shape of the box. Maybe it should be a sphere, maybe it should be a trapezoid or some other 2D, 3D, or even 4D objects. Um, so here we go again. Consistency with these videos. Let's see if I'm able to maintain it. Part of the reason I haven't been maintaining it is because I've been very busy and frankly distracted, as I talked about in the last video, with dating and running these social events. Being an entrepreneur for so many years, I put so much into my business and achieved great heights. Like I mentioned, the financial milestone that we achieved. But also in terms of like launching, a great service, building a great team of an amazing, reliable, professional, thoughtful people who I'm so grateful for every day. And also just, been working. I worked very hard in 22, 23, and 24 on uh, on on this new neural network system that I believe it's a proprietary algorithm. I believe it's something that can perhaps be something that is superior to the LLMs that are out there today and the current method of training AI, which just involves like stuffing a whole bunch of data into the neural network, like ChatGPT, for example. But that's what's working today. However, it seems that the AI is somewhat plateauing in terms of improvements, in terms of behavior, and their limitations. And it's just kind of a big circle jerk in terms of AI most of the time. People come out and they, everyone sees ChatGPT work, so suddenly everyone wants to build the next ChatGPT. It's like no, there is going to be no next ChatGPT. There are going to be next other things. There's not going to be a next ChatGPT. It's kind of a, just rush and excitement. And there's definitely lots of opportunity and has been and remains so. We're in this transition. It's not happening as fast as people are predicting in terms of artificial superintelligence, but perhaps that's a subject that I won't go into in this video so much. Because we still all have jobs. There hasn't been an intelligence takeoff yet. There's a lot of speculation of when that may or may not happen. For now, I'm going to move forward to the next subject to talk about improving sleep. So I think in terms of consistency, discipline around sleep has also been just tremendously difficult for me as someone who's a natural night owl. But I don't know, just recently went on a date with someone who gave me some, we'll say, good advice on how to improve my sleep schedule, and that has been very helpful. And dating, I'll just jump ahead to that. It's kind of like, it's been actually improving. I'm meeting some really nice people, really like girls. I'm straight. Straight as a marble. No, I'm straight. But I'm meeting some really nice girls, and I'm kind of getting to know myself a little bit better through the experience, which is good. It's unfortunate that in terms of dating in 2025 that you have to sort of detach your emotions, because if you like someone, you have to give yourself time to know someone, but also there's this, and I can feel it in myself too. It's like people want what they can't have, but we don't want what we can have. And so to like see a girl who maybe you ultimately as a man want to have a relationship with, I think it's important to like, if someone, because if that person is actually interested in you for a relationship, there's a temptation to be like, oh, but what about all these other options? And what about me still being single? Because it's like, again, there's a temptation to not want what we can have. So always, you need to always like, in my opinion, you need to be constantly looking at someone's character above all. Like, how do they treat you? Um, are they adding something to your life? Of course, are you adding something to their life? Are you compatible as partners going forward? Are they going to treat you well? Do they make you feel good, or is it just drama and chaos? Do you feel like you can trust them, rely on them? Do they have a good life philosophy? Are you going to have to save them? Um, you don't want to be in that circumstance where you're saving someone. I don't think that that is necessarily a good thing. Um, and you want to be a whole person too. I think whether it's in terms of going out finding friends, in terms of like doing work in business, it's easy to put your head down and just work, 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 work. But as much as I want to believe that the work works on you, I think that you need to also work on you. And I think the way that you do that is through lots and lots of heavy use of drugs. I'm just kidding. So yeah, I do not recommend or condone drugs or anything. I think psilocybin mushrooms for some people have had positive effects, they say, but you don't. It's not addictive, at least in my experience, which has been positive. And I think it can give some insights, but again, you don't get anything for free in this life. You get benefit from the application of whatever insights you might receive from it. And some of the benefits can be, fundamental and lasting in terms of maybe like shifting your perspective or point of view on something. So like for me, it's just helped me kind of keep more of an open mind about certain things in terms of like certain patterns that of like wanting to control and how to let go, in terms of professionally, in terms of business, how to achieve the position that I want to be in as an entrepreneur, in terms of like what work do I want to be doing and what work don't I want to be doing, and why can't I just do the work that I want to be doing? It's like, oh wait, I think I can, and this is the path I need to walk. But I need to embody it, for example, in different, pragmatic ways. One cool thing that came from a recent experience that I had with a friend on psychedelic mushrooms was just some really beautiful ideas for creative writing. And I thought of the title for this potential future book that I'll be writing called The White and Silver Dragon. And I don't know, all I had was the title, and I feel like it's already writing itself, to be honest. So I think I'll be exploring that. In terms of the business, we have a video essay coming out. Part of the reason why we're pursuing that, other than just wanting to tap into this creative energy and power that has been latent in me, and which I just want to express on a personal and professional level, but certainly on a personal level. I think that, like finding out how can you synthesize what you naturally want to do and what you naturally want to work on. How do you synthesize that into the work that you are doing as a founder, as a creator, as an entrepreneur? That is a fundamentally challenging question, and I think I'm walking the path in a good way right now where I feel good about it, because I'm really enjoying, although it's challenging, the process of this video essay, which we need to speed up in terms of getting a first draft done. We've already got me and the team, because it's a collaborative creative effort. We already have the first 7 minutes. I think it's gonna be 15 minutes total, this first video. The hope is that this is going to be something that will go viral, and it will have our branding on it, and we'll see how that goes in terms of like indirectly promoting the company by saying like, okay, like this was also produced, by Grobo, or in partnership with Grobo. So the other avenue that we're working on. So anyway, okay, so just to step back, the video essay that's designed to hopefully bring us traffic at the top of our funnel, because in terms of your marketing funnel, you want to be constantly optimizing at each and every stage and level. So for example, the top of the funnel might represent like impressions, eyeballs. Do people see your offer or just know that your business exists? And then as they go down, they get more educated, they may get more engaged, they might join your email list, then they might watch a demo video, then they might hop on a call, then they might get an email autoresponder or email automation to follow up with them, and then they might buy, for example. Just kind of a rough outline of what I mean by funnel. So since Google has represented a huge source of traffic for us for many, many years because we put out high quality content, so we earned our way to the top of Google for many keywords. AI is disrupting all of that, and so we're looking at other sources of traffic and leads. I'm trying to not just default to, oh, let's just go back to paid ads because the competition and the amount of money you have to spend. I'd rather that we at least have an organic or earned media, if you want to call it that, method and channel working first before investing into ads to accelerate. And earlier, about 9 months ago, there was an issue with the model of the business in terms of the economics of it, and we fixed that. So we know what our margins are, we know what our numbers are, more or less. It could be better, to be honest. But yeah, I want to see us acquire customers and clients again that way. So part of the way that we've done that is we started making offers to our existing email list to see what our conversion rate could be going down the funnel. For example, instead of charging $5.99 as the lowest offer, we've created an offer for a $99 per month package where people basically just get the software so they can resell our services. For example, a consultant or a freelancer or an agency or a coach who wants to sell our done for you service, they can do it. They can use our software, our platform, and just put their brand on it. So it's kind of like, if you know Shopify.com, it's like Shopify for agency type of creative services. And digital marketing and creative services. So yeah, so we put out an offer for that this past week, and we've actually received 2 call bookings, which has been pretty cool, just to see that come in from like a simple experiment or offer. So we're going to double down on that and see if we can make more offers like that ongoing, because like we just need to continuously, like, just this consistency. That's the most frustrating part, is the consistency of like, why are sales so just inconsistent? Like, and it's always been like that, more or less. It just seems like at every point there's like a new plateau that you hit, and you have to, like, I don't know, kind of almost rethink a significant chunk of how it's working. Because even in the past, when we were spending $20K a month on Facebook ads, it's like we didn't see any difference going from 10K to 20K. In terms of like number of leads and overall growth. And I think part of that, looking back, was just we didn't test our ad copy or ad creative enough. And in terms of, I guess, the market that we're going after, we just need to, I don't know, spice up the offer somehow or change how we present it, for instance. So anyway, other sources of traffic for the top of the funnel, traffic and leads and impressions. Basically, we're looking at doing outreach to affiliate partners, making more offers like what I just described to our existing email list, and which is not top of the funnel, that's more of middle of the funnel, and social media in general, for example, LinkedIn. And again, it comes back to the fact that due to Google's choices, a lot of businesses like ours are being affected because traffic source, which has traditionally been a huge source of leads, is slowly going down. It's just not being as effective as it used to. And also a big factor too is that people can just pump out lots and lots and lots of AI content. And when the cost of producing content drops so low, it's not a good situation in terms of like amount of competition that you're dealing with. Of course, that means there's a ton of AI slop out there. And even as I'm talking about this, to be honest, I'm thinking, maybe we should just increase our volume by a factor of 10. I don't know, and maybe like just change the subject matter that we're talking about. Maybe we should even just write about AI because it is where the company is going. So maybe we'll do that as an experiment. But it's just doubling down on content and focusing on quality has not seemed to move the lever. So we need to look for greener pasture, I think, in terms of topics, how we optimize for keywords, what keywords we go after, and volume. So topics and volume, perhaps we'll pull on those levers. Yeah, there we go. Insight. This is like I said, this is meant to be a journal. So what else do we have? So I'll give you like kind of an early demo of Grobo Creator. It's very rough. It's not fully functional at all, but we're allegedly, see if this holds true, 3 weeks away from something that works, meaning we're going to achieve what I call the seed milestone, and we're going to use our own platform to build out additional functionality of our own platform, which we call Grobo Creator. So Grobo Creator is designed to be like kind of like project management software to help businesses delegate and automate all of their creative marketing activities and operations. So it's kind of like a whiteboard, but basically you can have flow charts that little AI agents and human workers can work within, and you can connect it to other third-party services, and basically you can run your entire business within the platform. That is the vision. You can build entire websites, landing pages, images. You can work and collaborate with your team. You can delegate to your on-demand Grobo team, whether they be AI Grobos or human Grobos. And it's a very visual, intuitive experience. That's the goal. So I'm still working on wordsmithing, how to pitch it, but let me give you a quick rough demo. So don't judge too harshly, but here's how it looks. So this IP address will come offline within the next day. So if you want to try it, it won't work if you go there. So we don't have it like actually live yet. But okay, so this is kind of like the whiteboard area. You can like navigate around, and the green cards, those represent pages essentially, and then the stacked blue cards, those represent like basically like functionality on the page, and then same over here. So this is a different page. This is like the error page. So if I open up this, for example, if I expand this, and you'd have like different card types. So like you have a different card for like producing an image or a graphic, a different card for like producing like what I call grow docs, and also for grow flows, which are basically like automations that maybe just can run on their own. And in terms of you can build like a fully functional web application in this as well, is the idea. So again, like this is kind of like us looking at the application itself. So for example, we have the home screen here, which you can see if I open it up, it's kind of like, again, looking at itself in terms of the code. And then it has like different, it shows like the different sections of this homepage. So we have the header section, which is maybe up here, the sidebar, the wall, which is, we call this the wall, kind of like the working area, and the footer section, which is, if we add a footer like a copyright or something, it'd be down here. And then we have functionality attached to each page section, and there's going to be like lines to make this more intuitive, but I think you get the basic idea. So the blues are like different actions or functionalities. In other words, like automation flows. So if I were to, oops. So here you can see like this is the functionality, and you can see how it like just kind of, it's just a matter that there are lines between these. We haven't drawn the lines yet. Like it's like, if this, then go here, then go here. If not, go down here maybe, and you get the general idea. So to show you another demo related to this, so basically we have, I'll show you this one. So the goal is to make it like very intuitive. This is an animation, like a prototype animation right now, but we want to, for our customer users in the near future, we want it to feel like almost like you don't even have to learn the user interface. But whether you want to operate the interface and you want, hey, just create me an image, create a new room. We call these rooms on the left, and call it, new graphic images for our upcoming ad campaign. Produce 4 images for me for our Facebook ads and write all the copy. Well, you can imagine like a little Grobo AI agent would spawn on the screen and then kind of like start, doing work and creating your automation flow. Or if it is like an automation flow, and you like that already existed, you could go into the room where that is running, and you could see, the Grobo just kind of like working in real time. So for example, if I refresh this, you can get a better idea of what I'm talking about. Okay, let's try restart. Come on. So you can see if it starts running, the Grobos would kind of go into, just forget the fact that this is called like home and header. Just imagine it's like an automation flow for something. Like if new row is added to spreadsheet, then take these 4 actions, like create a new entry in this other spreadsheet and go over to my CRM and add a lead and do this other stuff. And so then again, it has to be like an AI action. So be like, think about, generate copy for an ad campaign, and you could see the Grobos like working. In other words, another visualization that we were thinking of maybe it's like something like this, but I'm a big fan of this one. This looks pretty cool to me. All right, so that's kind of an early demo. Let's turn that off now. Okay, cool. So yeah, I think that's the latest update. The last thing is I feel like personally I have a lot of interest, and just the social life and dating is very busy, and focus is a challenge in terms of business. But I think if I improve my sleep schedule, that's going to be make a huge difference. And I keep doing these social events and just kind of like learning to let go of how well they go or don't go, because honestly, they all go. I've got enough practice now. They all go pretty smoothly. And a lot of them are just kind of like parties with friends in various places and like, let's go out and be social, that type of thing. So, yeah, I think it's progress overall. Interests in music, painting, writing. It just feels heavy in the mind, and almost like the anticipation of it is the biggest problem. So somehow if I can focus in the moment and let go of that, it feels like that too would be progress. Anyway, that's the latest update. Let me know what you think of these videos, if I can do anything to improve. Are these interesting to you? Do you find them helpful? I'd love it if you could leave a comment, and just let me know what you think, because I will keep going with these, and I am seeking to improve the format over time. Thank you very much. Talk to you soon.